Hi, I'm Meredith Rose, President and CEO of Cornerstones of Care. We help children and families work through trauma by providing youth and family support, foster care and adoption, and education and training. In our work, we serve more than 15,000 children and families in Missouri and Kansas and beyond. In the past, we have used our community forum to share our accomplishments of the previous year. We are proud of our 2023 accomplishments, in which we saw numerous successes as we worked through challenges with courageous action and completed our 5-year plan. You can learn more about our work last year by watching our 23 Things in 2023 video and through our 2023 Impact Report. We will share information about where to find them at the end of this video. This year, we want to use the Community Forum to look ahead to 2024. This is the first year of a new strategic plan, Bridging Forward, in which we will continue to transition and expand our work with children and families over the course of the next few years. I am reminded of the quote by Archbishop Desmond Tutu, who said, "There comes a point where we need to stop just pulling people out of the river. We need to go upstream and find out why they're falling in." That is our aspiration as we transition toward prevention. We want to find ways to reduce trauma and sharpen our response to it. Today, we're going to look at 2 of our successful and growing programs: Behavioral Intervention Support Team, or BIST, and Outpatient Therapy. Justin Horton, our Chief Programs and Innovation Officer, will talk with Marty Hewitt, our Director of BIST, about her work in schools, which began in the 1980s. They will discuss how BIST is growing, including beyond the classroom.
Thank you, Meredith. As you stated, I have the pleasure of being joined by Marty Hewitt. Marty is the Director of Behavioral Intervention Support Team, or BIST, program at Cornerstones of Care. Marty, hello.
Hello.
Could you introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your journey before and at Cornerstones, a little bit about the BIST journey?
Absolutely. Thank you, Justin. I had the opportunity to enter the classroom back in the 90s as a teacher. Did that for several years, and then I went to Liberty Public Schools and was a teacher, worked with kids who struggled with behavior. And that's where I, as a teacher, was introduced to Cornerstones of Care and BIST, and then left teaching to join the BIST team and worked for a few years as a consultant, and then had the opportunity to become the director in 2003.
So Marty, you're a bit of an expert in education and BIST, would you say?
I would say I've been around a long time, Justin.
So tell us about the core philosophies of BIST.
The 3 concepts that are really significant within BIST are: 1, grace, which is the relationship that the adults provide for children, and helping the adults be able to stay in those unconditional relationships, even when kids who may not trust adults reject them. We can stay in that relationship. The second main concept is accountability, and oftentimes in our society we equate accountability to punishment, and we want the adults involved with children to think about accountability as problem solving to learn and grow. It's a process of planning for future success. The third concept is that when kids struggle repetitively, it's about a missing skill. And when we as the adults working with them can see this behavior is about a missing skill, it allows us to be solution focused as opposed to emotionally focused on a child. So grace, accountability, and repetitive behavior is based on a missing skill are the 3 main concepts within BIST.
All right, Marty, I have to give you a plug. You can now add published author to your resume, correct? So literally, hot off the press, I just got it delivered last week. The book, Cultivating Behavioral Change in K-12 Students, Team-Based Intervention and Support Strategies. So, what can an educator expect out of this book?
First of all, Justin, I want to tell you I'm excited beyond belief, because this has been a long-term goal and it has come to fruition, as you said, within the past few days. What an educator can expect is it is the BIST model compiled into one place. And so they can expect to read about philosophically, how should we think about kids? They can expect to learn how to put that philosophy into practice and what the tools and strategies would be to implement. But I think maybe most importantly, the book is formatted so that schools can use it as a book study. Each chapter contains resources and guiding questions for teams to be able to discuss about how does this information fit into our school and how would we utilize it to more effectively and efficiently support children.
So Marty, earlier you referenced that the inception of BIST was in congregate care, which we still do at O&M, and then it migrated to being with and in schools. Tell us about the third leg of that stool, which is now working in homes with foster parents and families.
Well, Justin, you are a significant role in that because you came to me one day and said, could BIST work with families? And of course we could, because it's a philosophical way of thinking about children who struggle. At that time, we were able to partner with Kansas Department for Children and Families through their stability grant. Our goal is to go into families' homes one time per week and work with them on setting boundaries, procedures and routines, the language that they use to increase partnerships with children who frequently don't trust adults, and also to establish routines around family meetings, which helps increase significance and belonging for children. We've seen some outstanding results there. So in the meantime, working with the Stability Grant through Kansas, Grandview Public Schools approached BIST and said, could we partner with families in the same manner? Pre-existent was a partnership with Cornerstones of Care and Grandview for outpatient school therapy. And so that means if a principal, a counselor, a teacher is working with a family who might be struggling and would like help within their home, they can reach out to BIST, and Grandview is supporting that. It's a pretty innovative wraparound service. So we have not only outpatient therapy, not only support for educators in the school, but now we also have support in-home to help parents mirror what's happening at school. Therefore, we've increased predictability for kids, not only at school, but also at home.
As a very invested stakeholder in BIST's success, it's been amazing for me to see how it can transform a dormitory, a classroom, a school district, and a home. I and many others are looking forward to what the future holds for BIST and partnering with more residential providers, more educators through schools and school districts, and more families through prevention work and foster care work. If you're watching this and you want to learn more about BIST, please reach out to bist@cornerstonesofcare.org, and that's BIST@cornerstonesofcare.org. Marty, thank you for joining me today, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Justin and Marty. The key pillars of grace and accountability are crucial to its success. Next, Justin will speak with Sarah Barnes, our Senior Director of Outpatient Programs and Services. In 2023, we expanded from a single school district to 3 districts in providing therapy to students in eastern Missouri. That much-needed support is made possible through the St. Louis County Children's Service Fund. Sarah and Justin will discuss what this expansion means, along with how other outpatient therapy interventions help mitigate behavioral challenges for students, schools, and families.
Thank you, Meredith. I'm joined today by Sarah Barnes, our Senior Director of Outpatient Programs and Services. Sarah, hello. Sarah, tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, as you said, I'm the Senior Director. I've been with Cornerstones actually almost 15 years, but I've been in the field for about 24 years. And I was a therapist for many years, and then I've been the director for over 5 years.
What are outpatient programs and services, and what's the geography that they cover?
Right, so outpatient are services that you provide either, let's say, in a school, or in the community, or in an office, or in the home. That's a big one that we do. We cover Kansas and Missouri. So in St. Louis, we have a team that covers St. Louis and the metropolitan area of St. Louis. And then we have a team, well, several teams actually, that cover the Kansas City metropolitan area. And then in Kansas, we cover many different counties.
With multiple teams, right?
Multiple teams.
Sarah, I want to focus on one particular program in your outpatient umbrella, and that is functional family therapy, or FFT. So that's an evidence-based intervention that very few organizations across our footprint actually have the luxury of offering. So tell us a little bit about functional family therapy and why being an evidence-based intervention is so important.
Absolutely. So we are so happy and very happy to be able to offer FFT because, as you said, a lot of people do not. It has 30 years of research behind it. It has a lot of data that supports it. And what it does is it doesn't just work with the child or the adolescent. What it does is it works with the entire family. And so you work on everything from conflict resolution, problem solving, trying to get role definitions more intact. And we work with a lot of very difficult cases. They come from the courts, they come from DCF, they come from like the Juvenile Justice Authority, schools, the public can use FFT. It has got so much research behind it, and the thing is, data shows that families that complete it are 80% intact. And that means the child remains in the home, and really that is the whole goal of FFT, is to keep a family together.
Yeah, you all do your services, it's very structured, time limited, and you leave and you walk away and they're still together after a period of time, at least 80% of the time.
Yes,
right?
that's exactly right. And we can come back and do booster sessions. Traditionally it's 12 to 14 sessions, but if the family has a need, let's say a month or two later, we can come back and do a few booster sessions.
And it's that research and that test of time that truly makes something evidence-based, right?
That's exactly right. There's a lot of research behind it, and continuing research at all times.
So our audience was able to hear from Marty Hewitt, our BIST director, earlier, and the exciting work that they're doing in Grandview. But you also have a team who works with Grandview and does some pretty impactful work. Tell us about that team's work.
Absolutely. So in 2018, we were asked to provide an assessment for kids that are in 3rd to 5th grade. And they were going to check on behavior and emotional health. Well, it went so well that the next year they asked us to put a therapist in the schools. So we did that, and that also was so successful that now we have 6 full-time therapists and case managers that are doing work in the Grandview schools. And they do everything from one-on-one work with the kids, a little bit of play therapy, but a lot also the case management piece, that therapeutic case management.
Grandview's in Jackson County. We're going to move to the other side of the state. We're going to talk St. Louis County. So tell us about your outpatient team's work with the Parkway and Melville school districts in St. Louis County.
Absolutely. So we were very fortunate to receive a grant from the Children's Service Fund in St. Louis to start a new program in those 2 school districts. What we do is we have 1 therapist in each school, and what they do is the children that they are working with and the adolescents have been suspended, and they're going to an alternative school. And if they're going to be there anytime past 10 days, we provide services, because what we want is a smooth transition back into the home school. So they work on things like anger management, and they work on things like peer pressure, or they work on how they can have emotional regulation so that when they go back into the school, it will be a success instead of them ending up suspended again. And it's going very well.
Well, Sarah, I've got to work with you and Marty for a number of years, and it's been exciting to see you two and your teams build this wraparound model with different schools and homes, harnessing clinical interventions with trauma-informed care and education to help with structure and routine through grace and accountability, and nimbly applying that to a lot of different settings. It's a student, it's a family, it's a classroom, it's a home. So impactful, so inspiring, and I can't thank you enough for your time today.
I'm so happy to be here.
If you're interested in learning more about outpatient therapy and counseling at Cornerstones of Care, you can visit our website, and we have an outpatient counseling page that is cornerstonesofcare.org. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
And Meredith, back to you.
Thank you for watching. If you want to see our highlights from 2023, please check out our 23 Things in 2023 video on our YouTube channel. If you want to access an electronic version of our 2023 Impact Report, you can find it here. And you can find us at cornerstonesofcare.org if you are interested in donating, volunteering, becoming a mentor, or learning how to become a licensed foster parent. Thank you for watching and supporting Cornerstones of Care.